The glory days of Princeton lacrosse were the 90s and the 2000s. They won 6 national championships. And every championship team had that game-changing attackman.
Here's Kevin Lowe.
Whether it was Kevin Lowe or Jesse Hubbard.
Freshman Jesse Hubbard scores.
John Hess and Ryan Boyle. Princeton finally has that guy again in Michael Sowers. From a sheer speed standpoint, this kid is the biggest matchup problem in college lacrosse.
Come on, that's on block!
When I watch Michael play, he's Jordan Wolf 2.0. Smaller, elite speed, underappreciated strength type guys that own goal line extended.
Talk to him, John! Watch pick, watch pick!
Ivy League lacrosse is back. Yale won it last year. Cornell went to the Final 8. Princeton has Michael Sowers. Why can't they be in the mix?
Bring it in real quick, bring it in, let's go. Focus for the day is what? Game mindset and discipline, okay? Start thinking, flipping the switch, dialing in. This is a game week, okay? You're building up to a crescendo at the end right there. Start building that way. Discipline goes back to, as you repeat a handful of focuses of the day, do what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, how you're supposed to do it, and then do it that way every freaking time. Good? All right, here we go. Chaos.
So Michael Sowers, you know, he's such a talent when he came here, but make no mistake about it, there's always the transition from high school lacrosse to college. Where have you seen him get better from the first day he was on campus to right now?
I think in high school, when he was beating defensemen, he would beat them so clean that he would come around the cage and have all the time in the world to finish. I think that, you know, it wasn't until we watched extensive film of him through his first couple weeks that he wasn't finishing the ball that well. Coach March, a credit to him and our offensive coordinator, did a ton of work with him just about shooting with different leverages and different points of contact. So he's become much more of a threat as he's coming up around the cage in terms of how he shoots and how to use the defensive pressure is really where he's grown.
When did you realize you could hand the keys to this offense to Michael?
He earned it. I think when he came on campus his freshman year, I think it took some time through the fall to sit, watch film with myself, Coach March, and just really get a feel for the offense. But when he came in, when we started playing in the spring, he was able to come in and command huddles right away because of the work he had done off the field. And I think that's the most important piece of it. I think that, you know, as a true leader, you got to lead from the back and serve. And he didn't come in and assert himself right away. He came in, learned the system, you know, developed the rapport with his teammates, and then earned the respect to speak up in those moments. And our guys didn't bat an eye.
You know, the points that you've put up in 2 years are incredible. It's the most in Princeton history. Over the course of the first 2 years, you scored more than anyone else. What was the moment that you understood, okay, Division I lacrosse, I can still be the type of player I was in high school, but at the college level?
I think that my freshman fall was definitely very up and down. I really didn't start to really believe in myself until that early spring. And a big reason for that was Gavin McBride. I mean, I just tried to tag along with him and just, I mean, his work ethic is unmatched and I've never been around anything like it.
How much of the attack position is this mental?
I think 100%.
How so?
I think that, you know, just lacrosse in general is such a mind game. You could be the greatest player in the world, but if you have no confidence, it's going to be tough.
If someone's to coach Michael Sowers, what's the advice that you'd give them?
Man, that's a good question. For me as a player, you know, I like to be creative. I like to try different things. I think that it's because of Coach Mads that I've had a lot of success and I've gained a lot of confidence. But I think that, you know, for systems that have been more strict in the past that I played in, you know, I've struggled more in those just because there's not as much freedom.
Score on his own, this time tries for the assist! And the alley-oop to Michael Sowers.
Barring a dramatic decrease in production, that record's going down.
Given 91 career assists. There's the feed, there's the record. Michael Sowers, Princeton record.
Sowers off the spin, and it's 3-0.
Scoreless here, Sowers turning the corner, going left-handed and given point number 80.
You know, so much of what you do is speed. It's predicated on speed. Where do you feel like you have the most opportunities to open it up?
Definitely from these corners. Like sometimes I like to come out here, and out here really all it is a foot race.
So when a defender decides, okay, I'm going to take Sowers' speed away, I'm going to get into him, how do you counter that?
So what I'm going to do is, if he's taking my space away, I'm going to create my own space by getting physical. So as you come out, boom, I'm going to attack your top end, boom, and I'm going to bounce. And now we're running the same way it would be if I had my space to begin with.
Gotcha. Yo, his half speed is real speed. You gotta take it easy on these 43-year-old hamstrings. When a defender that is stronger than you decides to get really like meatheadish at this area, and he's banging and banging and banging, what's your counter there?
So I'm here, boom, I'm into him, I'm popping, boom, and now I'm coming topside.
That's great.
Steve Nash.
Steve Nash, why is that Steve Nash?
Steve Nash used to be coming here, boom, he would pop, show hips, and then he would re-attack.
So I saw the Steve Nash, what else you got?
So,
how about a wide receiver in football?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing, like the two-step juke, it's the same thing as a split dodge. If you're taking away my left, I'm gonna jab at you once, boom, I'm gonna jab hard away, and I'm coming back underneath.
Gotcha.
So I'm here, it's a two-step, I'm here, boom, boom, and I'm coming.
Yeah, that's ridiculously quick. How would you say your mid-range game is as a shooter?
It's definitely something I could work on.
What have you been doing to work on it?
Just trying to take as many shots as I can in practice. I think that, like,
let me see it.
As an attackman, you kind of get this shot maybe once a game, twice a game. So I'm here, I'm gonna try and buy spot, boom, and I'm just shooting that thing low.
You lefty or righty?
I'm a righty.
When I see that first shot, I had to ask you that question.
Yeah.
The second shot, not so much. I feel like if you can be a dangerous shooter from, say, 10, and you can sell the outside shot in upfield, it will increase all of your downfield dodging. So when you catch that ball, I think that you need to have your feet and your hips upfield and then jab step hard to go lefty on the run. Yeah, no one's gonna stop that. Yeah, the one thing I would love for you to do is have your hips and your feet upfield as much as you can, because then the defender's going to come at you here, and that's going to give you more room on the split.
Yeah.
So they're thinking outside shot here, bam, done. That's a goal every time. I look at you as the biggest matchup problem speed-wise since Jordan Wolf. I want to see it full speed. It's too much.
Yeah.
I was able to run in the beginning.
Yeah. I was dancing. Don't dance.
How important is it for you to associate your name as an individual that can add to those banners outside?
For me, I mean, as an individual, not too much. I mean, I think that one of the best parts about those banners out there is you look at it and it's just a 92 team. It's just a 96 team, the 97 team. I mean, you remember the names from that team, but at the end of the day, I mean, it just says the year of that team.
Freshman year, sophomore year, statistically was off the charts individually, but the team didn't get to the tournament. What was that like for you?
You know, it's really tough. I mean, all the statistical stuff is great, the individual stuff, I mean, it's cool, but at this point, you know, my career and the last 2 years, I mean, my #1 goal has always been help this team in whatever way I can get to the tournament and win an Ivy League championship.